Princess! I love the way this chair spins. Lord Captain, Lady Navigator, welcome aboard. The Sanctum Navis has been prepared for the communion ritual, but if the Lady Navigator wishes to rest in our quarters first. Your heart starts beating furiously, your breath comes short and choppy, and your fingertips tingle unpleasantly. You notice that Victus is shivering slightly, and the crew are glancing around in puzzlement, searching for the source of such a sudden wave of unease. Without even looking at the Vox Master, Cassia waves her away. First, I wish to speak to the rogue trader. Leave us. Of course. When you're ready for the ritual, please let me know. Don't dismiss Victus like this. Don't do that. We can't do that to Vic. No! Don't talk to her that way. I get very angry. Cassia sweeps her pensive gaze over Victus, then lowering her lashes slightly turns to you. What did you wish to speak to me about? Before I begin the ritual, I wish to look once again into the eyes of the woman whose fame is so great it managed to penetrate the impregnable walls of the Urek 5 long ago before we ever met. It truly is you, Tessera, the person the whole Expanse and the Calyx sector are talking about, and now a rogue trader as well. After a few seconds' hesitation, Cassia lets out a small exhale and raises her pointed chin. I have not yet thanked you for saving me on the station. My thoughts were clouded with so much mournful ash when Theobald's heart stopped. But you acted honorably and did not exploit me in my wretched position, and for that I am immeasurably grateful. I am also deeply grateful that you saved my servants, especially my valet. Uwe served on the station for more than 5 years, much longer than any who preceded him. He knows how to properly attend to me during the journeys through the Immaterium, and what to serve me for breakfast. His presence envelops me in a cloak of amber. But now, I am ready to go to the Sanctum Navis and perform the sacred rite. I require brush, canvas, and the best paints you have on board, but no red. I shall ensure all the necessary supplies are delivered. I shall take my leave then of you for the duration of the rite. I ask that you do not follow me. Few can survive my gaze of my warp eye, even when it is open. Okay. Oh, wait. Lord Captain, I'll oversee the open channel between the Lady Navigator and the bridge. May the Emperor's light help us all. Okay, so we did it. We got ourselves a Navigator. Check. So now we just need to make the spirits happy. The Voxcaster in the Sanctum Navis picks up the susurration of clothes, pious chanting, and the metallic clicking of implants. Then the serene voice of the Lady Navigator breaks the silence, initiating communion ritual. Come here, Uwe. The exultant ring of metal freed from its scabbard, the low sob of the servant, the rhythmic drip of liquid on the canvas, the faint whispers of the brush. Go. Footsteps hurrying away. I see violet vortexes lashing in an ocean with a million flails, and umber shadows spinning over the surface in a fiery dance. A storm rising above foaming waters. Armadas drowning in fog. The path from one end to another cannot be seen. And here, beyond the wall of glass, a daughter forsaken by her father yearns for her brother. The sun's pale disk goes in tireless pursuit. Of her? No, of me. Its frozen rays lie in the spring here. The light is deadened. The great ruler is gone. The Voxmaster recoils at Cassia's words and accidentally snaps one of the cogitator levers. The panel beneath her fingers emits spark and the Voxcaster falls silent. She quickly flips a series of switches and bows guiltily. My abject apologies for cutting off the broadcast, Lord Captain. I've never heard the warp speaking through a Navigator before. The connection is restored now. It will not happen again. No. No. Excuse me. We are not going to give her 5 lashes. Leave the Navigator undisturbed. Soul-shredding screams drown out the Vox transmission. The servants of the Sanctum Navis are howling and shrieking like wild beasts, moaning in pain, their throats raw from their strain, and then sudden silence. The dull thud of dropping bodies proclaim their fate. It appears the servants were part of Lady Navigator's right, as it was for her predecessor. I will arrange for the bodies to be removed from the Sanctum Navis after the ritual, or what is left of them. Rogue Trader, I fear I have an unfortunate news. Endless blackness has spread across the canvas, dividing what should be whole in two, and to my sight cannot glimpse the light of the Emperor as clearly as before. I cannot turn around, my brush only draws me onwards, the way is blocked. You hear a heavy exhale, rustling fabric and metallic clicking. By the Emperor's grace, the ritual was successful. Your vessel's temperament presented a challenge. Its cold steel grip did not allow me to breathe freely even for a second. It was as if the depths of the ship housed not only machine spirit, but something other? Now I will retreat to my chambers to recover my strength. Send for me if you have need of me. So it was as if the depths of the ship housed not only machine spirits, but something other. Yeah, something other. You could say that. Other. Other's a great way to put it. Lord Captain, congratulations on acquiring a navigator. Spare me a few moments of your time. There are several matters that require your attention. First of all, I want to report on the conditions of the station. Had you opted to begin your visit to Ricad system with a different destination, the station could have become critically unstable. Fortunately, the decision to immediately visit the representatives brought us precious time. We can either send our forces to disassemble the station and procure technological components for our own vessel, or attempt to save as many valuables as we can. Components. As you wish. Wait, yes. With your permission, I would also like to remind you that we are still looking for an engine seer prime. Both the vessel and its machine spirit are in desperate need of oversight by an experienced tech priest. We are also missing some crew, and much more importantly, we have not yet located Onric Van Calix, the right hand of the Lord Inquisitor. Now we know for sure he was not on Urak 5, so keep this in mind when making future plans. Why is it always business with you? Couldn't we sometimes just, you know, talk about how wonderful everything is? Certainly, Lord Captain, if you're... I love this so much. Certainly, if you're interested, this week passed with a record low rate of minor disturbances on the lower deck. A senior technomat from Shift 8 came up with a new formula for a lubricant used in the kitchen servitor implant maintenance. The quartermaster of store compartment 11 reported recently that we are spending ceremonial decorations at least 20% slower than expected, which means we have enough tablecloth, carpet, lamps to last us 15 years of grand receptions instead of only 10. Even considering that, some of the stock was burned during the cultist attack on the vessel. Thank you, Victus. That'll be all for now. As you please, Lord Captain. The fact that, like, we could say that stuff. Victus is like, that's all right. Here's all the good news. That's so good. I love that so much. Okay, so I do know I forgot to go talk to Argenta, so we should definitely go talk to Argenta. But first, time to level up. Did I say Tide of Excellence is what I want? Or weak body, weak soul? I think I wanted... Wait, what is ballistic calculation? That's a good one to get eventually. Let's get Tide of Excellence, though. Triggers whenever, yeah, operative gains +1 day. Yeah, let's do that next. And a perception. Right? Because we did... Yeah, we did intelligence. I feel like I'm going to do more perception than intelligence. But I might be wrong. Oh no, how... Okay, only 2 ranks. That's not bad. I do like it that they gave us the beginning. Fellowship or willpower. Let's give our willpower to start. And then combat master. Swift movements. Dueling mastery. Nimble. It will not die. Let's go with it will not die for her for now. Commanding voice. Range of the officer's abilities. Yes, that's actually fantastic. And then let's go with fellowship here. Perfect. All right. Ballistic. Did I do 50? Let's do ballistic this time. Dash controlled shot. So rapid fire. We'll have our rate of fire doubled. Okay, but we got dash. Selected direction. Spending their movement points does not provoke attacks of opportunity. Okay. Controlled shot. Soldier gives a sign that they are about to fire. The soldiers and their allies will automatically dodge the shot. Oh. Again, spend all their to gain a 30% bonus. Next ranged area attack made has an additional... Okay, I think we're gonna go with... Let's go with controlled shot for now. Okay. Good friend Adira. Let's go with Tide of Excellence for you, or... Yeah, let's do that. And let's give you intelligence this round. And... here. I already have Endure. Sworn enemy. I like Warrior's next melee attack gains strength, armor penetration, ignores. I really liked this one, I feel like. Every enemy who survives an attack enhanced by this ability will attack the warrior in return, including creatures with ranged weapons. I actually feel like I liked that. Or marks a target as a sworn enemy. No, I like Reckless Strike. Athletics. All right. We did it. Whew. We leveled. We got so much stuff to go through. Ish. So much. Like, no. All right. So there's this. That, is literally, so are you wearing this too? Yes. Are you wearing this? Yes. So I shall send you to cargo. This. Armor reduces incoming damage. 10%. 30. So I might give this to Tess. I feel like that's not a bad idea. Right? So now characters wearing this armor will dodge. So it's still that, but now we got a 10%. Reduce the incoming damage of average enemy attacks. Yeah, by 10. Okay, perfect. So let's add to cargo. Now this. What is this? Dodge penalty. Yeah, okay. Wait, Argenta, what are you wearing? Okay. I think we'll dodge 30%. Yeah, we'll stick to cargo. How are the weapons going? I haven't, like, I don't want to put this on anybody. Abelard is my sword. 12 to 14, 10 to 13. Off you go. This is for a navigator only. It's literally the exact same thing. Apparently I have an extra one. This shoddy? Do you have, like, would I rather you have a shoddy or a pistol? I'm gonna give you a shotgun instead. Like, I feel like that's better than a pistol at this point. But we'll find out if I like that better. Okay, yep, we'll get rid of you. What are you? Oh. Okay, so that's interesting. Now, auto pistol, go bye-byes. So what is this now? Right, she can't, I don't want her using that. And this, I don't know what I'm gonna do with this yet. I'm just gonna leave you there. Okay, now I've got a whole bunch of other stuff. I don't know, like, the funny thing is, right? The tactical goggle, that's now 100% her portrait. So I got it. And now I'm like, wait, do we have to keep that on because that's her portrait? It kind of is though. All right. What was this one? Whenever they kill an enemy. Like, I think... Okay, let's do that for now. But yeah, I do hope there's either a mod or there's a, like a patch that makes it so these also get hidden. Like, if you want them to with the helmet, because I would love to put, like, some of these on other people, but I don't know if I want, you know, that showing. Because that... Oh, wait, it doesn't show on her. Interesting. Why not? So it doesn't work... So that doesn't show on everybody. So you've got willpower, perception. Your allure war is pretty high already, so let's give you a bonus. Okay, fantastic. So then, like, will this show... Okay, so it'll show on you. Oh, interesting. Okay. And then does anybody else have high-tech use? I think so far it's just me, but those gloves will probably go well on Pascal later. I still like my gloves. All right, so we're doing a lot better, I think, in the like armor department so far, which I am very happy about. So I think the next thing, I know, like I said, we're gonna go talk to Argenta, stuff like that, and then I also want to make sure we start introducing ourselves to the guy that we're gonna trade with, just so we can kind of get that started and start offloading some cargo as well, and also just picking up some stuff because we need stuff.
Rogue trader.
Sister Argenta looks tired. There are dark circles under her eyes. Her hair is somewhat disheveled, and she moves like she's a little on edge. You had a personal request for me.
I indeed have a request, Rogue trader.
All right, what's up? The accursed servants of chaos who assaulted the ship took the lives of your loyal crew members, and they orphaned many children, including the progeny of the brave officers who defended their posts until the bitter end. I don't know what customary practices there are for cases like this in the Von Valencius territory, but in the world I'm familiar with, the children of such brave souls could expect to receive some special consideration. Perhaps the rogue trader could be meet with the orphans. Of course. No. Yeah, we should do that. I will meet them, no formalities needed. These are... yeah, I like this option. I think that this might be the one, that we did the last time. I'll meet with them, no formalities needed. These are children of people who gave their lives for the Von Valencius dynasty. My consideration is the least that they deserve. I'll pass on your instruction. Thank you for taking my request to heart. Well, it's a simple thing to do. I actually really liked this part of the story. Like with Argenta, I think it says a lot about her. Abelard coming with us again. A motley group of adolescents do not take their eyes off of you, gazing at you as if you were a creature straight from a fairy tale. Our indefatigable sister has been keeping an eye on these pups. Abelard glances at the gathered children. It is hard this schoola progenium in here, but we have provided the orphans on our ship with adequate care and instruction. Argenta is standing to the side of the group. At your approach, she perks up and announces, her voice ringing, "Brave ones, the master of the ship has appeared before you, the one who guides it through the darkness of the universe by the Emperor's will. Greet your Lord Captain, the rogue trader of House Von Valencius." I love it that she addresses them as brave ones. Like, there's just something very, very sweet about that. And there's definitely something very, very sweet about Argenta. And I like that she has these different layers and these different sides of her that you see depending on when the situation, or like what situation you find yourself in. I think we're gonna go with your Lord Captain greets you, brave ones. The teenagers keep staring at you. A girl who has remained close to Argenta smiles uncertainly. A skinny, pale lad tries to throw his shoulders back and stand at attention like a soldier. Only a few teenagers at the far end of the row seem sullen and not particularly impressed. One of the scowling visitors with a thin scar across his face tosses his head back and says bitterly, "So what? Why should we care? Our friends and parents died in their dozens for you noble lot, and you just give us speeches?" Argenta quickly turns to the boy. A flurry of emotions flashes in her dark eyes, like she wants to both calm him and scold him for his impudence. We're gonna address the group. Like, I don't want, like, this is not, Tess isn't gonna bypass these kids. Like, these kids, they have a right to feel how they're feeling, and they have a right to hear from their rogue trader, you know, and have a conversation with her. If you have things to say them without fear. I'll listen. The boy smiles grimly. It doesn't matter what we say. It won't bring our parents back, and it won't change our fates either. We'll keep slaving away on this ship until we drop and die like our folks, or worse. I understand your grief and dismay. Your parents died. It's not an easy thing to go through, but they gave their lives for the truth, for the good of the whole ship, for the Imperium. Do not speak of their honorable fate with anger and disdain. When the heretics who killed your parents attacked the ship, I was there. I took command. I fought. You can only strive to do what is... But no war can be won without losses. No. The strong have the power to decide the fates of others. The weak... No. I like the first one. I understand your grief and dismay. Your parents died. It's not an easy thing to go through. But they gave their lives for the truth, for the good of the whole ship, for the Imperium. Do not speak of their honorable fate with anger and disdain. You heard the rogue trader. Her words carry the wisdom of the Imperium. It's hard to say whether or not your words have left an impression on the boy, but he nods slowly, and then he catches himself and gives you an awkward bow. Abelard gives a sign. A servant immediately emerges, carrying packaged treats with Von Valencia's emblazoned on the... Wait, we have our own... Wait, we have our own candy? What? Since when? What is our life on? Oh. I didn't know this about you, Tess. It appears the Seneschal came prepared for any contingency. Are we gonna... I like this animation. They're just throwing it like that. Argenta rubs her temples pensively. She smiles and offers a few more words of encouragement and then leaves the bay. Okay, I guess we're done here. It took guts on that kid to confront the rogue trader like that. And like, honestly, I don't think you could like to what am I trying to say? Like, to tell him to not do that or to scold him for that would to really break something in him. I think that he shouldn't have broken. He's definitely got a lot of like, it was ballsy. It was ballsy, and I respect it. And I think any rogue trader worth their salt would respect it. I actually think Auntie Theodora would have respected it. She probably would have cuffed him on the side of the head kind of thing, but I think at the same time she would have had a word of encouragement for it. So I like how we handled it. I like how Tess handled that. I liked the options that we had, and I do like it too that you could have ignored the kids the entire time. I actually think that that's quite an interesting way that you could have dealt with that altogether. Go talk to Argenta.
Greetings.
Okay, so we're not gonna... Okay. So how'd you end up on Theodora's ship?
I first came here when I found myself in need of passage from Footfall to a remote planet. But I imagine what interests you is not that first journey, but rather what brought me aboard prior to the pirate attack. That story is complicated. It just so happened that I made a mistake. In a moment of laxity, I was ambushed by the accursed followers of the archenemy. I was badly wounded. Lady Theodora came to my aid and brought me aboard her ship, while her crew attended to me in my weakened state. It all happened not too long ago. I'd barely recovered from my wounds when the pirates struck. Truly, the servants of evil know no rest. There is no place where we can be safe from their machinations.
Poor Argenta. Like, I've kind of seen a little bit of what else there is to, like, the next part of her story, or, like, when she confesses to you privately about certain things. And, like, she can't catch a break. Argenta cannot, and, like, your heart breaks for her, but it's also such an inspiring story. Because given everything that Argenta's gone through, she still every day gets up and she does what she feels is the right thing to do, and she keeps pushing, and I love how heroic that is. What happened to the people who wounded you? Did Theodora's men eliminate them?
Sadly, they did not. Lady Theodora was in a hurry and chose not to stay on the planet. Her people took me to a ship while I was unconscious, and when I came to my senses, we were already flying away. How I pray to come face to face with those heretics once more. And it's bound to happen someday.
It will. I have a feeling. Where did this happen?
On one of the recently discovered planets in the Expanse. No one suspected that it had already been tainted by the filth of heresy. Had I known it beforehand, of course I would have been on my guard.
You mentioned making a mistake.
It happens even to the best of us.
It does.
My mistakes are my burden to bear. I'll find a way to atone for them.
We could go to that planet and deal with the Chaos Worshippers.
The path to that planet was lost. All the knowledge is gone, along with the previous Navigator. It would take immense effort and resources to rediscover the route. The heir to the Von Valancius Protectorate must have plenty of other issues to deal with right now. Perhaps later, when the skies above our heads have cleared.
You just name a time and place, Argenta. What was it like traveling on Auntie's ship?
I hadn't been here that long. Just one journey from Footfall, and the other journey, the majority of which I spent in the confines of the medbay. I can't tell you much about the first voyage. I was more focused on prayers and ruminations than on the people around me, or the journey itself. During the last journey, Seneschal Viserion stood out for me.
Oh?
He came by several times to ask about my health. He's an honorable man and a loyal servant of the Imperium. I think he is as meticulous in his inspections of the logistics systems as he is in his inquiries about the health of the occasional sister of battle aboard the ship. But not all of Theodora's people have earned my trust. You know who I'm talking about. There is no place for Adira Tlas among the God Emperor's faithful. I'm surprised she wasn't in league with the pirates. And I'm equally surprised by how deep heresy and treason run in this place.
Okay.
I'm glad we all made it through that dark hour. May the day that follows be bright.
Yes, may they be brighter, for sure. I'm telling you right now, Adira's not leaving my ship. I'm not, no. No, 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 no. No, never. Never, never, never.
As you wish.
Okay, we'll talk to her more later. Let's talk to, but if you think I'm letting Adira go anywhere, you are sorely mistaken.
Words cannot describe how boring the bridge is without our stimulating conversations.
Will you tell me about yourself a bit?
I am a part of House Orselio, an ancient dynasty of the Navis nobility. Since time immemorial, our family has served to advance knowledge, pushing at the boundaries of the dark unknown. The Starway Atlas contains 2,843 routes that chart the sectors of the Segmentum Obscurus and reach all the way from the Koronus Expanse to Holy Terra.
Oh, my goodness.
And uniting the Imperium's thousands of worlds. House Orselio is bound by commercial pacts to houses Galeatis, Ortina, Drotus, and... There is a dark blue knot tightening on your neck, Lord Captain. I can see my reply is not satisfying your thirst for knowledge. What is it you desire to hear exactly?
I'm sorry, but I'd like to know more about you personally, not your family.
You wish to know about me?
About you, yes.
I suppose I can help you with that. What would you like to know?
What does it feel like to guide a vessel through the warp?
It may be difficult to describe. You see, every navigator perceives the warp differently.
Oh, interesting.
My mentor, Great Regent Elronto, always described his travels through the Immaterium as a journey through a vast wood with countless paths. And I, assisting him in the first voyages, futilely tried to follow his example. But the wood would not reveal itself to me. But everything changed when I found my own key to this mystery. You see, I've always brightened up my rare moments of leisure time by painting. You may recall there was a workshop in my chambers.
Yes.
As soon as I imagined the warp as a blank canvas, an indescribable feeling came over me. I moved the brush, going deeper and deeper into my own painting. Visions were hidden within the vibrant colors of my palette, and something inside me knew which should be brought out and which should be left behind. I woke up several days later, after the voyage was safely complete.
Okay, so that's... I noticed that your love of paintings is reflected in your speech as well. You associate many images with hues and colors.
The Emperor graced me with a gift. I can see inner life in addition to the mundane. You cannot know that a fruit has rotten from the inside until a blade slices it in two. I can see the rot from far away. It roils like swamp mud, oozing through the bright peel.
Ooh.
Anger and boredom, sadness and joy. Everything that people shut away inside themselves is revealed to me like colors on the canvas of my world.
I just want to go up. So it's so fascinating though that I didn't realize that different navigators traveled or traversed the warp differently, that they saw it differently. That's actually incredibly cool. Will you tell me about your life on the station?
My stay on the station was wholly dedicated to preparing me for my future duty. Astromancy, astrography, numerology, the histories of my house and the Imperium, as well as other disciplines. For many years, dozens of instructors tirelessly prepared me for my destiny. And once a year, Great Regent Argenta would come to the station. He would entrust his beautiful vessel to my command, so that I could master the practical aspects of our art as well.
Oh, interesting. Do you have any friends, someone you could turn to for simple conversation, not a discussion of yet another lecture?
The Regent gave me a bird from a sunlit planet once. I tried to befriend it and make it sing, but for some reason, it refused, and died soon after. The instructors were too respectful of my duty to my house to waste precious time on idle chatter. Aside from them, there were only servants on the station. And you know they have their vocal cords removed, so they cannot break their vow of silence.
That's actually incredibly sad that she really hasn't had a friend or anybody to talk to over the years. I can imagine that it's incredibly lonely, but at the same time, I don't know if she knows that she was lonely after a fashion, if that makes sense.
And since the subject has been breached, Lord Captain,
Yeah.
why do you not follow this honored tradition? Your decks are so garish. Apologies, I meant noisy. The rabble don't just chatter. Sometimes they shout and even sing. Why do you allow such a lack of restraint? Rogue traders are highborn, are they not?
You may find it difficult to believe, but the practice of depriving servants of their voice is not particularly widespread. I like the noise people make here. It fills the ship with life. Ruler cannot maim people just because... No, I like 4. I like the noise that the people make here. It fills the ship with life. I feel like Tess is somebody that would enjoy that.
With life?
Yeah.
If only you could take my place and watch this kaleidoscope. Every voice is a flash of color. Every conversation a shimmering glow. Every argument is an unstoppable swirl of gaudy splotches.
The poor thing. The poor thing, though. Like, I'm like, yeah, this is so much fun. I love how much, like, how lively my ship is, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, it literally is making me sick to my stomach. Like, legitimately. Being on your bridge right now makes me nauseous. So you lived anywhere other than Urac 5?
Hardly. According to the chronicles of the house, I was born on one of the Orcelio worlds. Oh, what was it? Please forgive me, Lord Captain. My childhood memories are too vague.
Of course, of course.
Sometimes I dream about the colorful birds that built their nests in the garden, or the servants dressed in purple livery, or the blue fog that rolled over the lowlands behind the palace. But everything is covered in a rosy haze. Perhaps it is my imagination, not my memory, that is painting these pictures.
Or maybe it's a combination of the two. Your third eye, do you always conceal it?
The Navigator's open eye is baneful to whoever the warp's ruinous shine falls upon, and therefore it is the symbol of our power. We are the guiding stars of humanity, found worthy of an uncommon gift, and one of the duties that we bear is to guard our eye, even from wayward glances that may bear evil.
Interesting.
Besides, I am aware that lesser servants of the Imperium may find our appearance repulsive.
Oh.
The Navigator gene twists the features the rabble are used to seeing, and the magnificence of our role cannot be grasped by their feeble minds.
The way that the VA said repulsive, like that was, oh, it was so good. That was like, you got it. Like you understood that she's actually experienced that before, whether she remembers or not, and it makes her angry. That was actually top tier. You're beautiful, Cassia. Don't let anyone or anything convince you otherwise. Who cares for the opinion of short-sighted rabble? They can serve us and die for us. They can keep their thoughts to themselves. No, you're beautiful. Don't let anyone or anything convince you otherwise.
You are much too kind to me, Lord Captain. Allow me, for my part, to note the beauty of your shoulders? Yes, your shoulders. Pray let us change the subject.
That was literally everything and more. Oh my gosh, she's so awkward. She's so
You will hear
relatable.
no objection from me, Lord Captain.
This is where I must beg my leave.
I have enjoyed your company.
Likewise.
Thank you for the conversation.
No. Thank you. Because that awkward... We have... Tess, you got nice shoulders, girl. I'm so proud of your shoulders. They're very nice, apparently.